I saw Donna Wana was the co-host on Speak On It, and I went back to bed for 2 hours. For 2 hours, I had to just sleep that off. Oh, that was rough. Oh, wait, no, he's not a host. That was just an intro clip. Oh, thank goodness. Candy was not here for the first dinner, which is why she gave us the and scene. And even took us back to when Cynthia said Drew was more of an actress than a housewife. But Candy had the bubble gut and wasn't in the bull mood. She ain't got time for the BS when she has to S. Candy still don't understand why Drew was tripping over that $1,000, but she ain't got it. Ralph's spending that money on his Floridian secrets. So production told them, okay, look, we've been here for a minute. Y'all need to deal with the real. And so that's when Drew got all hype about that $1,000 lawsuit and started crying. And Candy thought she was crying for Eric. No, she was crying because she wanted to go home too. So she went on and gave what was necessary. She didn't get why Sheree said, I didn't know you were going up through a lawsuit when she was apologizing to Drew when you just told everybody about the lawsuit. But okay, heifer. Now with Marlo, she's like, no, you are very unscrupulous with questionable motives and specious behaviors. But you gonna comment on Drew saying, I don't know if I believe she's serious? You're not serious. You weren't serious about them nephews living with you. Candy is like, Marlo, we don't know who we're getting on a regular basis. At least with Drew, we know her acting chops. But she's calling her Scary Marlo. Candy thinks that Sanya will just believe anything anybody tells her because Sanya took up for Drew saying, oh, there's so much more that she's going through, but Drew never shared that with her. Yeah, that odd explanation of the manager and the massage and the Las Vegas, that had nothing to do with the lawsuit. We caught on to that, Candy, too. But that's just a traditional Bravo smokescreen for when they don't want to have to expose a castmate's BS. So, the person that was Drew's assistant last year is the manager this year. So, same person, different title. Or new title, same bad lie. Okay, Candy's producer is getting confusing now. First it's two different people, then now it's the same people. Now it's going back to two different people. Ralph cheats in Florida and Vegas. That's the bottom line. And it always seems to be with some heifer he got on the payroll. That's probably why that heifer wanted that extra thou. Candy said, but I said in scene, I stand on in scene, and you ain't gonna trip me up not saying what I said, because I said what I said. Candy said, I'd rather have gone to the hospital with Kenya than kicked it with half them broads like Marlo and No Lip Courtney. So they ended up going to a private hospital with Kenya and finding some KFC overseas, so you know Candy was good. Candy said, but while I was tending to Kenya, they were talking about me. Marlo said, well, you know, anywhere Candy goes, she just blends in. I thought she was worldwide. Ha! Candy said, however, if they don't know me, they really don't know you. Ha! Ha! Sheree said there's some fakeness going on. Candy said the only fakeness is this new cast member showing up with new faces in each interview. Sheree. Candy's also irritated they're trying to make her and Kenya the villains when Marlo went off on Drew. And, you know, neither one of them were there. And what about Marlo and Sheree running up to Kenya's door with that worn ankle? Summer! Summer more! They be starting mess when Candy be eating. So we get to talking about Pillow Talk Part 2, and she agrees with Sheree that those braids were giving Cleo. But also it was the gruff attitude. We get to talk about how everybody went on and ordered She by Sheree now that it's, you know, a year later and the website's finally functional. And the producer gonna say, well, at least y'all gave Sheree some sales for the year. 2 snaps for the 2 orders she got. Oh, Sheree was begging for bucks, singing for sales, reciting for revenue. So now we get to the Drew and Candy fight that was in that homemade footage, and that was from Marlo and Manetta. Because some of the girls do continue taping after production's gone down for the night. And Candy's like, I never told LaToya to say that Drew and her made out. So we have footage of Toya saying on Speak On It that they kissed and Drew's denying it. Drew also denied it at the reunion with Toya. Candy said, Marlo here might actually like Scotty, but she has some money men on the side. All right, Candy, speak on it. Candy still believes that Sheree getting dick from Martell. I don't think Sheree wants to deal with anything penis shaping. I see Sheree going for a rose or a butterfly, not a dildo. So it was Sanya who brought up, Drew, you've also had some lesbonics. They also apparently made at a bachelorette party, according to Kenya, and they talked about it on the show, but they cut it out. So Candy never would have outed Drew if she had known they were filming. Only because she thought cameras were down did she feel free to speak freely. Oh, then Marlo says, well, Drew, I saw you make out with a girl, too. So she left because she didn't want to get into another fight with Drew since they'd been on the good foot all seas. I bet you Bondi Blue is going to be on Speak On It next week because they've got a guest that does reviews. I bet you it's Bondi. All right, well, that was the shit. So I'm going to see you soon. For Carlos. Well, let's see. Did Carlos put anything up? Nope, he's mute. But we are... How many episodes is this? We are 11 episodes in, so we are halfway through. I'm bored. I am bored. I am bored of the attacks on Candy Burris. I am bored of Marlo having nothing to talk about. Sheree coming with this healing and trying to be mother hen is at least new. Kenya, keeping her butt off of her shoulders is also new, but Kenya, I'm sick of Kenya. I feel like all she can really bring is Mean Girl, and now that's over. We've sang that note, we've heard it, that's done. I think it's time for new ladies, but not Sanya and not No Lip Courtney. They bring nothing. We don't want to be around them. Sanya is on the wrong team. We were iffy about her from the beginning, but I think this definitely needs to be her swan song. Courtney adds nothing, but Manetta adds less. I mean, Manetta is a bump on a stump. She should go with her husband and be happy. I don't mind her being Candy's backup, Candy's peanut gallery, Candy's choir, but she's not giving anything of her own. And Candy, you want to act like, oh, my friends have minds of their own. No, they don't. No, they don't. They know which team they're on. They know who's popular, who cashes checks, and who's the queen bee of Atlanta. So Monietta ain't never going to get on your bad side. But the season just isn't giving, and, unless we really get into Ralph's Floridian secrets, I don't care about his divorce from Drew. Drew drop him instead of drop it with Drew. We ain't never liked him, but we do wonder how you all afforded that house. Now that, do an episode on that. Break that down. Let's talk about his salary. Who's he consulting with? And don't you have to be successful first to be a consultant? What was he successful at? Quickly.